One of the things that's standing out from the outside, Harmy, when people are observing this England team in the Bazball era, is that Ben Stokes, the leader of the pack, surprisingly has the lowest strike rate of the primary batters in the team. Why do you think that happens?
I think that a lot of it's down to where he bats, the role he tries to play. Sometimes he has to bat with the tail, so he has to farm the strike a little bit more. When he first took over, there was a couple of times he got out, in a reckless way, and a lot of people, including myself, were critical of how he was trying to, show this team the way he wanted to go about the job. And he more or less indicated that he was doing it for a reason. He was trying to get people to be the best versions of themselves and play as free as he possibly could. And I think that's where the Bazball gets mixed up, where a lot of people think, right, it's got to be sixes and fours and we've got to go aggressive and we've got to put teams on the back foot. It's not. It's about being the best version that you can possibly be of yourself and play the situation the way it is. And I think in this second test match, Joe Root might think that probably wasn't the way he needed to play, or Ollie Pope. But Ben Stokes has always been somebody who takes his time to get into an innings, and then he knocks on. He catches up as he goes on, especially when he can bat with the tail and be more ultra aggressive. So I don't think it's an issue from the team's point of view from a strike rate. I just think Ben Stokes knows how he wants to play in the situation that evolves at the time, and he makes sure he plays accordingly. Because there's many times he's walked out, first ball, tried to hit it for six, and then this is the way the game needs, setting up a declaration. But more often than not, he gets himself in, quietly goes about his business, and then as there's wickets fall and the tail comes in, then he ups the strike rate. So I don't think there's too much to look into. I just think this is Ben's way of feeling as though the best outcome, which the situation adheres to, is the way he plays. So he's not one for numbers. I'm not sure anybody else is one for numbers in that group. I think it's about how many. It's not about how many you get it off. But yes, he does. He's the one that portrays Bazball and has to drive the Bazball as such. But he's the one possibly that's the slowest strike rate. But there's one or two in there who, he'll never ever catch. Ben Duckett just naturally scores quick. Zach Crawley naturally scores quick. So does Harry Brook. Ben takes his time and that little bit more to get into his innings.
I guess one of the reasons why it might stand out, at least from the outside, is that if you look at the incremental gains in the strike rate of the other batters in the squad, the others have made rapid strides. Before Bazball began, Stokes was the fastest scoring batter among the primary batters in this setup. The others have just gone at a crazy rate, which perhaps is also a reflection of how well Stokes has managed to get his squad to buy into everything.
And that's the beauty about this new regime. The way these guys think now is they're trying to get them to be the positive players they can, the best versions of themselves. Zach Crawley is a natural striker of a cricket ball. Ollie Pope, he's busy at the start and then he plays glorious shots. Johnny Bairstow, we see here in India in the IPL, what a destructive batter that Johnny Bairstow is. So some will argue before the shackles were on and they kept him on, and Chris Silverwood's mentality was, we're going to have bat for a long time, we're going to get big first inning scores, where Ben Stokes has gone the other way. We're going to put pressure on the bowlers and we're going to make sure that we are driving the game forward in a positive manner, because that's the best version of you. And I think while that's happened, Ben's jump has not as been as big as others, but maybe it wasn't so much the issue with Ben Stokes' strike rate. It's the fact that possibly 4 or 5 other batters who were playing very much within themselves have come out of themselves and flourished in this new environment. I think that's probably the best way to look at it, rather than how much Ben strike rate is, not gone down, but not gone up as much.